Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new then welcome to my channel. Quick disclaimer, I think I've said this in several other videos, if the lighting starts to shift a lot today, it's because the sun's being super temperamental and I'm probably going to get blinded at least 3 times in this video. Anyway, I really hope that you guys have had a good week so far, and for this week's video I wanted to do sort of like, not even my top tips, but just things that I learned in high school. Like things that I, now being in sixth form and looking back on high school, have figured out or realised are true. I don't know. I just wanted to share some things that might help people that are currently in high school with. I don't know if that made any sense. It might help people that are currently in high school survives high school. So I guess these are like my survival tips. Okay, so the first thing that I have realised, and it took me a very long time to realise this actually, but that having a group that you're in isn't that important. Like, I bounced around from maybe 4 different groups throughout high school, and I just thought like that being in this group, like having a place to sit and all of this stuff, and here comes the blinding. Yeah, I thought that having a specific group and people that I thought were friends was like the more important thing than the quality of the friends themselves. And yeah, it's just really not like, it's not that important. And I know it's easier to be like to say that once you're not in high school anymore, but I don't know, sometimes high school status and like hierarchy or whatever can really make you choose the wrong type of friends and not real friends. So I would say just fuck all of the groups and the systems and the people that you like should be friends with or whatever. Like, you be friends with whoever makes you happy and makes you feel good, and that's that. Just you, it's your life you're living, not somebody else's, so just do that. So the second one, again, I sort of learned in maybe year 9, after I would share things with someone who I thought was my friend, and she would twist them and make them into gossip and make me out to be a bad person when I thought I was just, you know, offloading to your friends the way that most people do. So my tip is to leave gossip at home. So I started to, from like year 9 onwards, whenever anything would annoy me or I would find something out, like some juicy gossip or whatever, I would just come home and tell my sister or my mum. And I know that I'm lucky in a sense that I have had a good relationship with my sister and stuff, so I could actually talk to her about these things. But it's kind of like a choice. You can very easily have a good relationship if you have a sibling. Like, you can have a good relationship with them, and it just makes your life a hell of a lot easier, because especially if they're older or younger, they're not going to care that much about what's going on, in the sense that they're not going to want to go around and spread it. So, you know, you get to offload and you're doing it in a safe way, and it's not going to come back to bite you on the ass. It's a pretty good tip, I think. Okay, so kind of linked to the last one is, don't let other people tell you or others who you are. Like, because of this person and a few other people who would spread rumours about me, I've been left with quite a bad name in some people's books, and it defined me for a very long time, and it defined how other people saw me, it defined how I saw myself, and I was really sad for a long time because I knew that that wasn't who I was. I knew that a lot of the things that people had said about me weren't true, and it just makes you feel like you can't be yourself, and that you can't, like, you wouldn't be accepted for who you are. And that's not true, because I have now found really good friends who accept me for who I am and know that I'm not the people, like the person that people say I am. So I know it's hard because I've been there, but just don't let other people's gossip and lies define who you are and who you want to be, and just keep doing you. And I'm blinded. Number two, told you it was gonna happen. Yeah, just find people who see you for who you are, and if they don't, then bye bye. Again, this like links to my last point, in the sense that if people don't see you for you, then they're like not worthy of you. This point, like this tip or whatever, is that not everybody deserves your time and effort. I, again, have the kind of personality that I can't speak. I have the kind of personality where I really just want to help people, and I enjoy my friends like offloading their problems onto me because it makes me feel useful. And I would go to the ends of the earth to do things for people who I care about. But I've done it for a lot of people who didn't care about me back and wouldn't have done the same things, or just people that didn't appreciate the amount of effort that I would put in for them. So I would just say that keep your eye out, and if you're doing more for someone than they are doing for you, then they're seriously not worth your time. Like, there are so many people in this world that will need your help and will need someone to be there for you, like for them. But if someone isn't appreciative of your help and it isn't doing anything to benefit either of you, then you have better things to be doing. Okay, so the next thing that I've realised over time and over maturing a bit is that no one has it figured out and no one's confidence is really there. Like, in the sense that you look at these people around you and they all seem super duper confident, they seem like they know what they want to do with their lives. Even the adults in our lives don't know what they're doing. And it's just the sense, like, sometimes it can make you feel quite inferior or even more self-conscious than you already do about yourself. And it's just all a facade, really. Like, I know that for a lot of my life, I went by the saying, like, fake it till you make it, and that when I stepped out of my house, I would put on this, like, energy, I guess, that I'm super confident and that I know who I am and all this kind of stuff. And sometimes there are some days, you know, you step out of the house and you do feel super confident, but it's okay to not feel confident, because especially when you're in high school, you're really figuring things out, and I'm still figuring things out. I don't think that I'll have a lot of things sorted in my head until maybe late 20s, maybe never. But just in high school, I feel like, especially me, I was very hard on myself in the sense that after maybe year 9, I felt like I lost who I was, and I don't know, I felt like I couldn't be who I was or who I wanted to be without people putting me down. And that really, like, knocked my confidence a lot, because how can you be confident when you're not able to be yourself and you sort of like go into a shell whenever there are other people around in case they won't like you or they'll start saying some more mean things about you. Like, it is really difficult. And it happens to a lot of people in high school and in primary school. So I would just say, keep it in mind that most of those people also aren't the confident people that they seem to, like, project, and no one has it figured out. So just, you know, chill. Kind of, again, on the same lines, my next point is that everyone is up in their own heads. Like, think about all the times that you have been sat in a room with other people and you're sat there thinking, oh my god, what if they don't like me? What if they don't like what I'm wearing? What if I'm too overdressed, too underdressed? Any of those kinds of self-doubt thoughts. You need to be thinking about the fact that everyone in that room is also human, and everyone in that room is probably having the exact same thoughts as you. So you're thinking about them thinking about you, they're thinking about you thinking about them. And neither of those things are true, because they're too busy worrying about themselves to be even casting you another thought. So in a sense, no one in a room is thinking about anybody else apart from themselves, and that sounds really super duper selfish, but it's the way it is, because everyone, okay, maybe not everyone, there are some people who don't care what other people think, but the majority of us do, and the majority of us are sat there wondering whether the other people are thinking about us, and I'll tell you again, they probably aren't. Okay, so my next point is quite a big one, I think, and it's also something that you only really realise as you go through life a bit more, but everyone is going through something or has been through something, and it kind of links in with the whole facade thing that people put on. People put on this like image that they're fine and they haven't been through anything or they aren't going through anything, and sometimes that can be quite difficult because you yourself might not even think about it, not even think twice about the fact that they might be struggling with something. I just want to say, be nice to people, because you have no idea what's going on in their lives, and you can't even guess. A lot of the times when I have spoken to someone new or spoken to someone who I've known for years about their life, there's so many things that you would never have even guessed that they've gone through or are going through, and it's just, you just need to be aware that sometimes when people might lash out at you or are very introverted or, I don't know, aren't the way that you would want them to be, or I don't know, they're probably going through something, and some people like to share that, some people don't, but if there's someone that you care about, then you need to make sure that they know that you're there for them, especially in high school, because it's very confusing in terms of who's your real friend in high school, and a lot of people don't have someone to turn to about really important things, especially in terms of mental health. So it's kind of like a tip for you and for other people in high school. Just be mindful of the fact that someone might need your help and you might not even know that they need it, and they might not ask for it, but you just need to make sure that people know that you're a trustworthy person to talk to, and they'll hopefully return the same favour whenever you need someone to talk to. So it's kind of a win-win situation. Okay, so my second to last point is that the loudest people are often the most insecure. So this kind of links back with the confidence thing. If you see someone who's super loud in classes and they're always putting their hand up and they're always, sometimes they're the ones that get into trouble, or sometimes they're just the ones that kind of have like a lot of banter with the teacher. Most of the time they're the most insecure, and they are just requiring some sort of attention from people, and that doesn't make them a bad person, but it also doesn't make them a good person, in the sense that a lot of the people that I've met in my life will make you feel more insecure about yourself and put you down, and you will take it as sort of like they sort of are able to do that because of how confident they are, but in fact they aren't. And also, again, even linking back to my last point, a lot of those people are the people that need someone to talk to about things that they're going through, and they're probably the least likely people to get that, because people assume that because they're always chirpy and happy that they have nothing going on. And I don't know, just in the sense of like surviving, you just need to make sure that when you see those kinds of people, you don't feel intimidated, because they're probably feeling the same as you, and they're probably going through something that you don't know or understand. So give them some space, give yourself some slack. Like, you might not feel confident, but that doesn't mean that everyone else around you is confident, if you know what I mean. Okay, so my last point is kind of like the light at the end of the tunnel, and again, I'm only speaking from my own experience. I'm not speaking for everyone's experiences in high school, or I don't know. This is just what I went through and what I realised for myself. But there is life after high school, and that's something that I didn't know when I was like in the midst of it all, because I felt very lonely, very lost. I didn't know how to get back to the person that I was or wanted to be, and I was just worried that growing up I would have no people that I could really count on or really trust, and that's not true. You will come out of high school and realise that you're sort of in a bubble and you don't have space to be who you want to be. And I think that's probably still true for sixth form a little bit. I still think I can't express myself entirely how I want to, but I'm getting to a point where I will express myself more and not care, because it is me, and why would I try and be somebody else? Because somebody else is already there, if that makes sense. I am now in a place where I have a lot of good people in my life, and I'm super lucky. Like, they all accept me for who I am. I don't feel like I have to be somebody else. I don't feel like I have to filter my thoughts and my feelings around them. And yeah, in the same vein, you will find people that you fit in with. In high school, there are only a very limited like kind of people. Once you start to go out and you start to mingle with more and more different kinds of people, you will find that there are people out there that you feel comfortable with and you have a good time with, and that are your people. And you will realise that high school really wasn't that important. Stay in school, kids, but it's not that important, apart from the life lessons that you get from it and the good times that you have. Like, bad times are only really bad times if you focus on them. I know that I also had a lot of really good memories from high school, but in general it wasn't the best time for me. But yeah, there is life after high school and it's pretty good. So just hold on, guys. You'll get there. That's all I have to say. I mean, I'm sure I could probably ramble on for another 20 minutes, as we've seen. But I don't want to bore you, so I'm gonna go. And there will be a video next Friday. I hope that you guys liked this video, and if you did, then please give it a little like down there. Turn on the little post notifications so that you know when I upload, although I am very punctual every Friday. And subscribe so that I know you like my videos and I keep making them. Yeah, I hope you have a great week, and just, if you're not in high school anymore, a lot of these things still apply, so try and take some of this, maybe. If you don't want to, that's cool, but yeah. Bye guys!